Welcome to From the Stands, your one-stop shop podcast for insider access and in-depth interviews with your favorite Billiken coaches and players. Be sure to follow the show on Twitter at Billiken Podcast for the latest news on future episodes. Now, here is your host, Billiken Athletic Director, Chris May.
Welcome back, Billiken fans, From the Stands, where we do our podcast here. We talk Billiken athletics all the time. We have a great afternoon to enjoy with our women's soccer stars here. We've got Hannah Larson and we've got Sophia Stram. Welcome. Good to have you guys.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Now I've got a bunch of stats I need to read off about you two, so I'm going to start with Hannah. So Hannah, senior, majoring in leadership and human resource management and finance from Columbia Mo, came in fall of 2020 as Sophia did. There's so much stats, many time over Atlantic 10 Commissioner's Honor Roll, A10 All Academic Team, All A10, all this other stuff. But last year, what I really impressed by, career high 9 assists, 23 points, 42 shots, 23 shots on goal, and then most impressively, how you finished the season and how you played so well at the end. You managed your time, you managed your body to do it, to have it all deliver at the final game. So I was unbelievably impressed by that. But we'll get to that in a second. Then we've got Sophia, who, same deal. Commissioner's Honor Roll, all A10 and everything, but really jumps out, Sophia, is 21, played in all 22 games, started 21. Year 2022, played in and started all 21 games. 23, played in and started all 23 games. You are an absolute rock star workhorse on the team. And except for that minor little ankle thing that you had, so impressed by your ability to come back all the time and be out there at all times. And so I'm going to start with you. Where did that mentality come from? That come game day, you got, no matter whether you're feeling great or not, you're back and you're going all in.
I think I kind of learned that from the upperclassmen when I was coming in, especially like Brie Halverson. She was on the back line with me, and I think I just watched her and how she would fight, and like every obstacle that was in her way, like she would come back, she would show up for us and for everybody else. And I think I tried to like grasp that when I was growing up and like throughout the program, and now that like I'm the oldest, I'm trying to really show that off.
It certainly shows. And Hannah, as you look, and we talked a little bit, one of your opportunities of growth, as I've observed, is managing your body, managing the load in order to be fresh. As Sophia is all, she's got the throttle down all the time, right? Yeah. And so as you do, but you've had to learn how to manage that. And between what you did last year so successfully, how did you get your mindset prepared to do that?
Yeah, well, I've always just been like go, go, go all the time. So then I think just in college, when you start to learn how much you just put on your body day in and day out, and like the coaches are always like, oh, we got to rein you in. I just kind of had to shift into that mindset, like, okay, maybe I'm not playing as much because it's for the betterment of like the team and just like the betterment of my future and being able to provide as much as I possibly can in those next few games. So it's definitely just kind of shifting of like, okay, I maybe can't go all the time, but that's because it's going to help more so in the future. So
your mindset is more of a long-term thought process.
Yeah, definitely.
As into, I got to hammer it at this minute.
Yeah.
You guys being the upperclassmen, leaders, a lot about the program is about how you embrace the young ones, right? Mm-hmm. How you leave the place better than you when it came. I'll start with you, Sophia. How do you really embrace that leadership moment, and what do you do to help those young women, especially those that come in the back, that are in the back line, to help them see what it takes to be a Billiken and really have success?
I think to start off, it's really just to show like the culture aspect first, and just trying to like treat them how like we were treated and how we want to be treated. And it's not like really seen as like they're freshmen coming in, like, oh, you need to talk to them because they're younger than you. Like, it's more like they're going to be your teammates, they're your friends, they're your family for the next however long you have with them. So I don't even really see it as like you're talking to the freshmen, you're just talking to like your teammates. And I think that's the first aspect that's really important. And then on the field, I think just leading by example and with your voice, like telling them like whatever they need help with or whatever questions they have, and like be open and like supportive, because that's like what we had, and I think that's what's most important.
Something you just brought up, I'm going to turn to Hannah. I went to practice yesterday. There were some scrimmage pieces. It was as loud a practice as I've seen in a long time. And we all know that volume is really good from a practice perspective. How has that evolved, Hannah, and how have you helped evolve in that space?
Yeah, I mean, I think just between all of us, there's just kind of like a camaraderie, especially this year. Like I feel like just from day one, our personalities, we just vibe. Like that's the best way I could describe it. And so, every day we want to bring as much energy as possible and just stay talking, stay communicating, because that's so important when it comes to practices and when it comes to games. And so if we can replicate that in practice, it's going to transfer over into games super well. And just the bonding piece and the communication is so important just within each other and with teammates in order to have a successful program. And so I just think even like this season, we've just taken like such great strides, because I feel like even last season, sometimes there's, the freshmen come in, they can be a bit quieter, but I feel like especially our class, we've really embraced the role of wanting these freshmen to come in and feel like they have a place right away and they have a voice right away. And so I feel like we've created just like a atmosphere that they're open and they're able to express like the things they have on their heart and the things they feel. And so I think it's just really established like a good cultural foundation of practice.
There was a lot of expression of heart on the court, on the field yesterday. I mean, it was loud, it was energetic, but it was significantly different than I remember in the beginning of other seasons. Yeah. Other seasons, it seems like you hear the coach a lot, and it's pretty quiet out there. There was nothing quiet out there. In fact, I couldn't hear Katie at times, which was way different, which means there's some significant energy and some significant, juice to the team.
Yeah, and we have fun. Like that's the thing. That all of the freshmen, all of them, even there's just so much personality, and you could look at every single person and you're like, wow, this team is fun.
Okay, then let's talk about that. Now you bring that up. Sophia, who brings the most personality on a daily basis to practice?
Anybody?
Anybody.
Oh gosh.
Come on, who brings it? Who brings it?
I mean.
Okay, of the upperclassmen, and then I'm coming to Hannah for the freshmen. Who brings it?
Wait. Do you have somebody for under or upper?
The first person I thought it was Lucy Schwartz.
Okay, I was gonna say Luce or Lars for upper, or I guess Luce is an underclassman.
Yeah.
But of the
returners,
yes, of the returners, Lars, Luce. I feel like a lot of people. I mean, the good thing about it is like everybody does it, and like some days like you can't have it every day. You can't be perfect, so we have somebody that brings it every day. Yeah.
Different people to bring it up.
Yep.
Okay, how about the freshmen? Tell all these Billiken fans what freshmen.
Watch out for Hope Kim, ladies and gentlemen.
Ashley Miller.
Yeah,
she's funny.
Their whole class, they're just they're a fun group. I think you could talk to any of them and you'd be like, wow, you guys are funny.
They do have a little bit of that. I ran into a couple of them last week trying to get into the front door, and the front door was actually open. And they were swiping, trying to run their swipes. It was one of the all-time classics. I won't share who it was.
Were they pushing the door?
They were swiping and trying to get the swipe to work, and we don't know why it doesn't work, and I was actually open.
That's awesome.
It was fantastic. And then they just started dying laughing. They're like, we cannot believe that just happened. But
that's something special about them, too. They're really quick to laugh at, about themselves if something happens.
I feel like they're just, like, here to have fun.
Yeah.
And obviously win.
Compete.
But, like,
and they're good players.
Yeah. Yes, but, like, yeah, they're going to laugh. And
so how important is it to bring joy to the field?
Very. I think even like especially to trainings. I mean, some days they're gonna be hard. Everything is gonna be intense. You're not gonna have the best days, but as long as you have joy and like the girls around you that bring joy as well, it'll make your time here.
What as you look towards this season, you're gonna play an exhibition game here shortly. What are you both looking for in this season?
National championship. Yeah. That's always the goal. Yeah, another 7-peat now, another A10 championship under our belt. But also just, I feel like a historical season is always the ultimate goal. And just to be able to have like that connection with each person on the team, just to be the closest team we've possibly can be or have been so far.
Yeah, I would agree. Just especially like our last season. I guess technically you might not be your last season, but
how many years are you gonna put in?
I know.
But just to, like we have the saying like, like leave the legacy and like leave or plant seeds that you'll never see grow. And I think especially that, like, that's the culture side. And then, yeah, to win a national championship, go farther than we've ever been, ever climbed.
So what drives you individually on the field?
I think for me, it's just like my passion. Like I love to compete. I love to win. And especially when you're doing with like some of your best friends, I think you can literally go every day and you're like, I will literally go to war for you and with you. And so college soccer and just sports in general, it's such a special atmosphere. And even a St. Louis especially, because like just the crowds and the people that rally behind you and support you. And so I think we just have so much pride and just so much appreciation for what we do every day. And even strapping on your cleats every day, that's a privilege. I mean, we've all dealt with like injuries in some sort of like shape or form. And it's, you have this perspective where it's like, man, I just even being able to step on the field for just this practice, like that's special.
Sophia, what drives yours?
I would say the community and the atmosphere, like playing for something bigger than who you are, playing for the people that have played before you, playing for the people that are coming in after you. I think, like she said, it's a privilege to wear the crest. And every time you strap your shirt, like your laces or your shirt on, like it's go time and it's for something bigger than you.
What should the Billiken fans expect to see out of your team this fall?
A whole lot of personality and fun and unpredictability, but in the best way possible. I think this season is going to be another historical run.
Well, we are super proud of you guys, and we're fired up for the fall. Can't wait to watch you play. We congratulate you for a great job so far. But what I'm super excited about is what's about to come. That's cool. So thank you guys. We'll do it again, but best of luck in the exhibition game coming up, and we'll look forward to seeing all Billiken fans join us at Herman Stadium for the run for a 7-peat in the Atlantic 10 and then run on the national stage. So great job, ladies. We'll do it again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go Bills.
Roll Bills.
Cut the camera.
Thanks for listening to From the Stands with Billiken Athletic Director Chris May. Subscribe to our podcast in the iTunes Store and have the latest episodes sent straight to your phone. Go Billikens!